Welcome back to the channel. This is Wasabi. It's a battle on the Berlin map, and we're following Fada from King's Clan in his Progetto 46 Tier 8 Italian medium tank premium vehicle. He's top tier in this match with Tier 8s and Tier 7s, and this is only 13 players per side, so this is ANZ server. So he's heading to the area where mediums tend to play, which is sort of on the K line, and he's coming through the ditches here basically to keep himself unspotted until he gets there. It's just one of the useful features of this map. There's plenty of places like this to move around, but you are constrained a little bit where you can pop out. Anyway, he's come into this position here. He's got some tanks in front of him who can potentially spot the MX-1375, so he's hoping that he'll get some vision and spot. Now, there tend to be vehicles who rush to the middle to get into the bunker and shoot from there, so the initial targets may be in that area. But in fact, there you go, the STA-2 on the enemy side has moved into that area. They've been spotted out. So far, only that and an SU-12244 has been spotted, and in fact there's an enemy 1357 shot goes in from Fada, but that doesn't connect, and he's just looks like a feathering shot on the SU-12244. In fact, goes in through what looks like possibly the roof. So yeah, low percentage shot, but manages to connect. And as I think we've said before, the shot that you don't take is the shot that doesn't pen. So take your opportunities as long as you've got plenty of ammunition to cover yourself in that respect. So it's basically just looking around the map here. Looks like a second tank in the middle there, T-54 Mod 1. So they know where those two tanks are, and one downside of that position, of course, is you tend to get stuck in that location. So got to be taking full advantage. Okay, Lanson appears. That's the Swedish Tier 8 medium, and lights Fada up, who gets tagged by Super Hellcat, so it's not ideal. So he's just backing away, obviously, to try and get unlit. Comes back into a similar position. That Lanson is basically in a good position there in terms of preventing movement. He's backed up by the TD at the back there, the Scorpion, and in fact Fada notices the Scorpion and manages to get two shots into him. So you can see with the Progetto, you're probably aware that it's got a 3-shot auto-reloading mechanism. If you only fire one shot, then the first shot reloads fairly quickly. If you fire all of your shots, the remaining shots take a fair bit longer to reload. So this is sort of a balance you've got to achieve with the way you use it. So a few spots come up and then go away, so pretty dynamic in that respect in terms of opportunities, but you've got to be able to take advantage of it. That Lanson is basically going to be a problem. They are tanked down. That's the 1375 that was in the middle that got wiped out. But there's the Scorpion, and he manages to take him out in return, so that they're 1-1. Now, the T20's taken a fair bit of damage, so he's definitely a one-shot. Now, it looks like potentially there's some shots there in the middle. Those tanks have moved out of the direct bunker into an area, but they are behind a concrete wall. So it's one of those things you've got to take them out into when you get the opportunity. The Lanson was available there for a shot, but that shot must have just gone over it. He's poking out, otherwise the Lanson's not going to get any damage if he doesn't poke out from there. He's really just getting stuck in that position, but it certainly is preventing them pushing up and getting more vision of what's going on. So not sure how much longer this will last. The Eagle 7 pressed the help button, but isn't doing anything, so I'm not sure whether he's asking for help to push or not, but that's part of the new communication system. He's taking a little bit of damage there. 95, that could be the 1375 or 57 on the enemy team with the pew pew gun. I guess that with that sort of damage, it's not a normal round. And you can see Fada just searching out by feathering to see whether it's got a shot on that Lanson. He's got plenty of guns there backing him up, and maybe it's too many. Does he need to be there? So that's a decision he needs to make. Super Hellcat's been spotted moving into position. Doesn't get a shot on him. In fact, 2 shots fired, and the 3rd shot goes in. But as you can see there, his total reload is blown out a little bit. The Super Hellcat gets taken out, but they are 2 tanks down now. They've lost their Super Patriot and the T-29, so that's a good heavy tank that's gone down. That's tier 7, but it's one of the best heavy tanks at its tier, so it would have been useful to have. And he's managed to hit the STA-2, but not do any damage, so that's part of the problem here. Long range shots, you can't really place the shots exactly where you want, and given the nature of the bunker, you've only got a certain visibility of the enemy tank there. So not being that productive. He has done 1200 damage, but you can see that that particular area is not going to change a lot, so it's doing what a good player should do, which is relocate and try and set up a different opportunity to keep your gun in action. So the STA-2 in the middle finally goes down, but also the Schwarzpanzer 58 that moved up to do that has been taken out, and here he is moved up to around the cap area where that Schwarzpanzer was killed. Tiger P gets taken out, and the T-29 on the enemy side that was with him is basically pushing up into where Fada is. So the game is starting to even out. They're only 1 tank behind now. They are well down in hit points though, but they are making a bit of progress. So he's basically just going to see whether that T-29 is. Looks like he's pulled back behind the building. Will that give him... Is that something he can follow up, or will he get exposed to more tanks happening? Ferdinand is pulled back a little bit, and there you go, spotted another tank. So if he'd pulled out there to chase the T-29, that M6 mutant would have had a good look at him. So he's just trying to get an angle now where he's not going to be exposed to the T-29, but can get shots in on the mutant. So this is part of the thing. You don't want to get yourself into a potential crossfire, which is sort of what that Panzer 58 did. Gets 2 shots into the M6 mutant and gets some spotting damage, which is good. Doesn't get his assist damage. He's got his total up now to 2.2k. And there's someone's on cap. Oh, it's the T-29. So T-29 has taken advantage of the support from the M6 mutant, and he's pushed up into the cap area. And Fada's lit now. He's got to work out, is the mutant there? Yes, he is. So can't really go and follow the T-29 in to the cap area, but he can try and bait the T-29. It's just getting shots into the turret that didn't penetrate. Finally gets a shot in, and that reduces the T-29 to a 1-shot. Still collecting cap points, but that doesn't look like it's going to be at least successful. I don't think he'll last all that long. They need to get rid of that mutant, and then he can basically take out that T-29, but in fact the Scorpion G takes him out, so based on being lit by Vada. So he's got now nearly 800 of assisted damage and just under 3,000 of actual damage. So things are evening out again. They're equal on tanks in game, and they got now a slight advantage in terms of hit points, so that means the average damage done to each of the tanks there is pretty much the same, but you can't tell without really seeing there might be some heavily damaged tanks that will go pretty quickly. So I wouldn't take that as a good indicator of your position, but nonetheless gives you an idea of what your relative strength is. So now he's coming around to the north. That M6A2 there is a 1-shot. If you can come around here and get in a shot behind him, in fact he's been reduced even further in hit points. So he's moving up as quickly as possible so that he doesn't get exposed too much, and in fact although the first shot bounces off, the M6 couldn't rotate his gun fast enough and get a shot off, so manages to kill him with his 2nd shot. So that gives them a position in front now, which I think is the first time in the match. No, it's just gone even again, so the tanks have been pulled back, and in fact they've lost another one. So it looks like they've lost the bottom part of the map, and they can now decide, are they going to defend around their cap area, or they're going to push in and take more opportunities. So here we go, gets back into the ditch again, and that will give them the opportunity to pop up and potentially get back closer to where the enemy are. So it looks like the Super Pershing has been spotted, and he's definitely a one shot. So Fat is coming around this side to see whether he's got a drag line on these guys, and having a quick look around there. So can he get these guys lit? No, they're behind mounds, so he's just got to work out where he can place himself. There's the Super Pershing, and you can see he's just scoping out all of the tanks there. So he snaps a shot towards the Super Pershing, but it gets hit return without getting some damage. Panther goes down. They are still one tank down. Gets a shot towards the 54 Mod 1, but doesn't do any damage, and the return shot basically goes into his tracks, which is good. Snaps towards the Super Pershing again, doesn't connect. So he's in a bit of a pickle here. He's got the 54 Mod 1 pushing up towards him, and his 3 enemy tanks. In fact, the Mod 1 comes around, takes a chunk out of him, but he manages to get a shot in return. So it's basically just, oh, there you go, lucky bounce there. That's 250 damage that he's got out of his sleeve. So managing to keep on to his hit points as much as possible. So T20 in the background there. So this is the thing. So if he pushes around on the 54 Mod 1, potentially the T20 is going to hit him. Takes out the 1357 as he sneaks across, and the 54 Mod 1's got to work out, okay, well, is this an opportune time to come in? How many shots has he got loaded? And the more time you give an auto reloader, you're going to guarantee that he's going to have 3 shots in there. So realizes that Super Pershing's trying to push in on him, and he's just taking a bit of a risk there. He does take a hit. He's reduced to 372 hit points. Puts another hit on the 54 Mod 1, got them all down to 1 shots basically, and they probably haven't counted the shots there. If they knew he was basically unloaded, they would have pushed around and taken a shot on him, but they're being too cautious here. Tries to track the 54 Mod 1, in fact does do tracking damage, so it puts him in place, but he's only got the Eagle 7 supporting him, and the Eagle 7's a little bit out of position in terms of being able to help. But we'll just see whether he can basically take part in here. He's got these 2 one-shot tanks around him, but if they both shoot him, then he's in trouble. So manages to kill the Mod 1 who pulls out to try and shoot him, but obviously over the side on, couldn't get his gun aligned in time. Still watching out for that T20, and Fat is just backing up here. Can he get an angle here, sort of side scraping where he can get a shot on the Super Pershing? Now the gun is pointing his way now, so that's probably not a wise thing to do. So, or something you can do when you're zoomed out. Let's have a look and see whether they're pointing your direction. So can he get that Super Pershing distracted and looking the other way? Doesn't look like it, at least not straight away. So he's zooming around here, and can he take advantage of the slow movement? Not quite. If he hadn't driven into the tank trap there, he might have been able to do something. The T20 does take a shot at him, so he's not just hiding there, he's trying to do something, but luckily that bounced, and he manages to get the Super Pershing unaware. So now he's got the opportunity to push in on this T20, who looks like he's in one of the buildings with the ramps there that do overlook this area, and unless he moves out of there, he's going to be toast, I would say. So here's the flanking move. 3760 damage done already. There's a couple of hundred hit points left on that T20 to get. Can he get to 4K? Let's have a look. That T20 is not moving, so whether he's seeing the Eagle 7 coming and looking for a shot or not, but he's definitely distracted. And here he's pointing the other way. 1 shot in, 2nd shot in, takes him out, and he didn't even move his turret, so definitely he was looking at the Eagle 7 there. So well played there. So here are the results. He picked up the Ace Tanker badge for basically being the best player on the ground. Last kill gave him his 6th kill, which gave him the Top Gun award, and he picked up a number of the other medals there. 25 bonds there, which have come from premium missions. So in total he did 4388 damage and 797 assisted, which gives him 5k combined. So he picked up 1554 base experience, again, which is typically well into the ace territory. But the Ferdinand on his own team did slightly more damage, so good shout out there to the Ferdinand player, and the T54 mod one on the opposite side did 5k, which gave him the high caliber reward. So again, shout out to Repeatable there, as that player there. We would have been disappointed not to win. 39 shots fired, 28 connected, so a few missed shots there. 21 of the hits penetrated to give him his damage total, and did a fair amount of driving there, nearly 5k's of driving there, and then collected 73k of credits after the game. So well done, well played, and if you want to leave comments below, that'd be welcome.